Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and welcome to episode 46. We decided to take in another direction. I got my guest interviewer, Miss Crystal, Denise, coming, and she wanted to interview me, and I think that it's time that everybody got the chance to know me for once. This just is, something that I dreaded. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. She called me. But yeah, this is just something that I have been thinking about all day because I'm an honest person. So I'm going to just pretty much, give y'all the scoop. With some things, I'm going to have to use, not to incriminate nobody, but this is going to be open book, and I can't wait for this to start. Got my cousin Chuck Rogers with me. Rest in peace, cuz. Okay, she's back, calling me. So I'm gonna just add her into the live so we can get this started. Hope everyone having a good evening. Hope everybody is prepared for this because I'm so excited about this opportunity. I've never been interviewed in a long time, so hope everybody enjoy this. Howdy, Kenesha. Y'all about to see everybody who knows me, y'all about to see a different side of me. Because tonight, I'm not finna be Dollar Will, I'm finna be William Donnell Brown. So, y'all about to see another side of me. So I'm trying to get her on here so we can begin it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. My legs shaking, but I'm ready for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, I remember, sis. Okay, sorry about that, but yeah, I'm just ready to vent. I'm ready to get a lot of stuff off my chest. One thing about me is that I always let people know that I'm a human being just like everybody else. So sorry. But yeah, it's funny because everybody always asks me, like, why you always sit down? Like, because I'm 6'5", so my legs, y'all mainly see my knees more than my whole body, but which is funny. I enjoy myself. It's crazy. But it's finna go down. It's finna be a good episode. And I can't wait to begin it. So but in other news, things has really been cool, and we finna get it started now. It's about time.
It's about damn time, right? Hey, I have to apologize, man. My people came in town. We've been on go. We've been gonna go, and shouts out to my people because they like, what you got going on? I'm like, man, I had previous obligations before y'all was even coming, so you know how that go.
Yeah, we was kind of like messing up on a miscommunication tip, but
I know I kept texting you like, what's dude? Like, hit me. You know what I'm saying? I'm old. I'm old, so you know we don't. Sure, I'm from the days of the for the three-way. So hold on, let me call them on the other line. Them are the days I'm from. So you know, he's talking about join the live. I'm like, join the live. She just add me, you know.
yeah.
I don't got no plus. But anyway, what's up, y'all? I'm not looking the best, but I'm looking alright. I'm trying to look alright for y'all. Like I said, I've been moving around with my family. Shouts out to my family that's here in Dallas right now. My homegirl Janelle, Janaya, Mary, Ralph, my son Caleb over there now. My son Ashton coming in tomorrow. Alan, you know, all my people, Ava, Tony, you know, I'm shouting out right now. Y'all probably like, oh, we don't even know these niggas, but you know how they go. Galvin, I ain't gonna forget him, you know what I'm saying? Because he's part of the reason I'm late, but I'm just playing. But yeah. Hello everyone. How y'all doing? How you doing, Will?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
Hey, don't be nervous.
I'm
Don't be
nervous.
nervous.
I'm really skeptical about the questions you had selected, so.
One reason for this interview was for people to get to know you. You know, me and you talk all the time.
Yeah.
You know, like we real close friends, and one day, I mean, just give y'all a little background of how this came about. We was just talking like we normally do, and we talk for hours on the phone, you know. And I was like, somebody needs to interview you. Like you're an interesting person and a sound person and a person that's doing like a lot of big things, and people want to know about it. You know, like they should know about it. Somebody needs to interview you. And he was like, will you do it? And I was like, hell yeah. You know, so that's how we came about, you know, doing this or whatnot. So that's why we are where we are today and doing this. And the whole point of this interview today is just to have fun, but mostly it's just to inform y'all of who Will is. He's a great person. He's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no lights, camera, action moments right now. You know what I'm saying? I even told him we was going to start with a shot. I got my shot, but I don't got it poured. You know what I'm saying?
I got my shot ready.
Like
ready.
That's how me and Will do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm all the way in Texas and he in Michigan. But I'll be like, hey, you wanna sip tonight? Like we in the same city. Yeah, yup. We doing what we doing right now, you know, and we chopping it up. And he's a very interesting person. And I feel like if you watch his show and you don't know him, then you missing out. And especially if you've been on his show and you really don't know him, you really missing out. Because if he chose you to be on his show, then you got to be a person of substance because he's a person of substance. And that's why I said, you know, somebody needs to interview you. And when he asked me would I do it, I was like, oh yeah, it's all day, every day. You know, it's an honor. You know what I'm saying? And I tell him all the time, I'm proud of him because I really am. So this is going to be the bomb. This is going to be what's up. And anybody that's watching the interview, if y'all got questions for him, this is a no holds bar. Like, we talking about everything today. You know what I'm saying? So if your kids watching, if you're sitting by your kids watching this, you might want to tell them go ahead and turn that Xbox on. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we might get to some ass and titties portions at a portion of this. You know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, we want to know the host. You want to know who you talking to. You want to know who you watching. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to know the Will that I know. So, you know, with any further ado, you know, introducing the man of the hour. He is the bomb uncle. He is the bomb brother. He is the bomb son. He is the bomb ass friend. He's the person that y'all tune in to. And even if y'all don't really know him like that, y'all like, who is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? Who is he to think he can do a show like this? You know what I'm saying? You're tuning in. And without no further ado, we're going to introduce Mr. I call him Will. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know him as Dollar Will. Mr. Dollar Will. Y'all put y'all hands together for him, for real. Because he deserves it. He deserves it, y'all. And y'all, when people say Saginaw's finest, y'all ain't seen nothing come out of Saginaw like this. Y'all ain't seen nothing come out of Saginaw like this. So don't act like y'all have. So y'all give props where props is due, okay? So y'all put y'all hands together. Y'all put y'all virtual hands together, okay? So it's about to be a wild one.
Yeah, it is.
I love you. And we finna go ahead and we finna go on and jump in. And I didn't want to keep, the whole interview serious. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to I want to keep people captivated, but most importantly, I want people to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you, as a person, everybody that know you as a person know that you are a bomb individual, and that's why I said, people know somebody need to interview you. You know what I'm saying? What you doing? Because I remember when your show was a thought, just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this. I remember that. And what I tell you, do that shit. Y'all cuss, FY. I told them, do that shit. Anybody that know me, I'm the advocate of that. You know what I'm saying? If you got a business that you want to start, I don't care if it's from a daycare to a dog walking business. Do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sky is the limit, and people don't normally do that. But one thing about Will that I admire is not only do he tell you what he wants to do and he do it, he supports what you want to do and do it. Because me myself, I started a business, and I remember when it was just a thought. He told me, I remember when you was just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But you need them people in your corner. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made Will so special. So I thank you, my brother. I thank you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be blushing. You don't want your black to blush, but
Thank you, sis. Thank you.
No problem.
But I want to, introduce myself to the people who don't know me and stuff like that. My name is William Donnell Brown. I was born January 8th, 1988, Saginaw, Michigan. And I'm the youngest of three children. I had an older brother, but he passed. So I have a big sister, and I'm the youngest. I'm the baby boy.
And shouts out to Allison. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. And I pretty much, well, my upbringing was pretty unstable. And I would say, in a way that don't throw my mother under the bus, but my father was addicted to crack. He would abuse her and everything like that. So a couple years ago, before I was born, like, she was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré. It's sort of like a disease of cancer where it pretty much eats through your entire body. And in 1986, she ended up getting worse to the point that she was 68 pounds and she had to go to the hospital. So all my family was there, and they had a doctor come into the room and told my family that she wasn't going to make it through the night. So she ended up passing away after that announcement. So she ended up coming back into life. She ended up going to physical therapy because she was wheelchair bound for a while. And they told her that she wasn't going to have any more children. And then I came along. So I really admire her for keeping me and fighting for her life in order for my existence to be made. And that's why I always try to be a blessing to people's lives, because I was my mother's blessing. I was her miracle baby. So I always try to apply that in everybody's life, because I wasn't supposed to be here. Doctors said I was supposed to be here, but God found a way for me to be here.
Oh, that's right. I know that's right. So at what point in life, because like the people know, like, we talk all the time. and you have a wealth of knowledge of our culture, especially our history. Like, you taught me things. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I feel like maybe I should have known that, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't. but you actually, like I said, you have a wealth of knowledge of just our people, our culture, and you, to me, you are an advocate because you push the agenda. Like, of course, you know, a lot of Black people want us to win, and they should want us to win. Like, we should want us to win.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very few of us that take that extra step to say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring attention to us, to, I mean, on ourselves, to say, like, we advocating for us. Like, at what point in life, then I know, you know, like, you lost your brother on one night.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was it at that point, or at what point in life were you like, you know what, it's about us? You know what I'm saying? Because so many times, I mean, it's people like in they 50s, 60s that still ain't like, it's about us. But you are, you use your voice as an instrument to say that, you know, we as a people, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point in your life did you know that you needed to stand up? Like, it was your mission, so to speak.
Well, to be honest with you, it's just it started as a child, even going to Sunday school, and when you open up picture Bibles, everybody was white. So that really didn't make any sense to me, knowing that, you know, we're Black people and everybody in this picture Bible white. So that just really,
Mm-hmm.
you know, had me, you know, questioning, like, where do we come from and where do we have an existence on this planet and what we have accomplished. So I just really wanted to showcase our greats and showcase just the things, the anomalies that we have contribute to the culture. Because pretty much everything that we using and everything that we partake in was created by a Black person. And
Yeah.
a lot of
Right.
people doesn't know that. And I just felt like it was my responsibility because I've just never been a selfish person. So whenever I got knowledge, I always try to pass it along, just like we supposed to.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. Definitely feel you on that. So, just to piggyback off of that, the 1804 show. Like, what is the purpose? Like, what was your drive? What made you say, I'm going to do this show? You know what I'm saying? Because it was risque. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
real.
anything that you do, I mean, social media is a great platform, but at the same time, you got so many haters and stuff like that. Like, the show, you know what I'm saying? Like, what motivated you to do the show?
Just having my best friend slash my big brother, Mark Nels. He had his son, his first child, and he was already doing his thing with the 1536 closing. Y'all make sure y'all
Mhm.
support him. But
Right.
he was
Yep.
already, him and his cousin was already doing their business. And I was already, you know, pretty much I was like year 5 into my depression. So when he had his son, and we was just sitting in the car, and he was just like, man, you know, it's about to be a new year. You need to go on and do that shit. And I would tell him, like, you know, nobody's going to listen to me. Nobody's really going to take me seriously. So he told me to hand me to hand him his phone. So I handed him his phone, and he just did like a little swipe and this and that. And so he bought my equipment, and he said, like, now you got to do it.
I
So
know that.
to have somebody to believe in you, that's not even blood related to you. You know, he don't owe him nothing, and vice versa. For somebody to take money out his pocket, his account, to put it on you because he sees something in you that you don't. That just ignited me. That just gave me the motivation and gave me the courage. And if I fail, at least I tried.
I
Because
know that's right.
because I didn't think that it was going to pop like this. To be honest with you, I thought I was going to have to pay dues and I was gonna have to, go through hella scrutiny and everything like that. But it just all came together. It just all, just manifested. And half the times I can't believe it, that I was the
Right.
first person to do something like this in our city. So it just really makes me feel like I'm a I'm a trendsetter, that I also have a target on my back, because you know how people be when you the first person to do something,
And
you're a threat.
I'm glad you said that, because that was actually one of my questions, something I wanted to touch on, because there's a lot of haters out there. You know what I'm saying? And it particularly from where you from where you grow up from. You know what I'm saying? And me and you had a lot of conversations about it. And I'd be like, man, me personally, I'm in Dallas or whatnot, and I'd be like, leave, leave. But but I understand that, time, one timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that's true. Sometimes your mission is not to leave, it's to be in your city. And you actually told me that. You know what I'm saying? But in particular, to the people that hate on the things that you do, why do you feel it's important that this show stay in Saginaw? Like, why do you feel like the people of Saginaw, even the naysayers, need to see you? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, Saginaw is kind of, I'm gonna touch on that a little bit later, on your opinions of it. To me, I'm older, so Saginaw ain't what it used to be per se. But, you have people saying, like, it's coming up. But, you are young and you up and you're talented or whatnot. But you want to stay in Saginaw. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not leaving. This is my hometown. What make you want to stay here? Like, flat out, honestly.
Well, it's just pretty much how, Saginaw didn't really realize my cousin greatness until he passed. And
Yep, Charles.
yeah, and I just pretty much just fascinated with the story from the Bible, Exodus and everything, and how Egypt was so corrupted with slavery, and how, they, enslaved certain people, and made all these dynasties off of the backs of the Israelites and the Hebrews and this and that. So I kind of feel like, in a analogy, that I'm Moses being pushed into the river, into, you know, dodging crocodiles, dodging like
Right.
snakes and any and everything that would have purposely would have had killed them. But
Right.
yet it was
And
the
our
protection.
mission.
Yes. So it was the protection of God that he floated to where he was at. And he was raised as a prince of Egypt. So in a way, I feel like I am a prince. I feel like it had to took somebody who have went through and experienced a lot of things, because we have, I have told you a lot. And the main thing I showcased was my brother's passing, but I lost both my grandparents. Well, all my grandparents. I have no more grandparents. I lost three of my cousins. I lost my brother. I lost my stepfather. So grief was those crocodiles and those poisonous things that was supposed to have took me out, but God kept me on the right path to where I was supposed to be. So I took on this. Well, I'm not a prince, but I'm the king of podcasts in Saginaw. So that's how I
Oh,
feel.
I know that's right. So this question the question might not touch people's soul and make them feel some type of way, but the answer might. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But we all about honesty right now. I'm originally, I'm born from Muskegon. I'm Muskegon, Michigan, Grand Rapids area. Like, all my people from Muskegon type shit. But all my people I grew up with is from Saginaw. So I'm definitely a Saginaw native. what state do you feel that Saginaw is in, like right now? Like, a lot of people that I talk to that live in Saginaw that want to stay in Saginaw, that's important, will say that it's up and coming, they developing, which they are, you know what I'm saying? And then you have some people that's like, ain't shit there, you know what I'm saying? Like, what state do you feel that Saginaw is in right now? Like, do you feel like we are forced to be reckoned with and people don't know it? You know what I'm saying? We need improvement. I mean, everybody need improvement, but like personally, I mean, where do you see Saginaw right now, and where would you like to see Saginaw?
Well, I would say that,
Just as a whole, like not even just the Black community, just like as a whole, because we're gonna touch on that too.
yeah,
But just as a whole, Saginaw as a whole.
I feel like it could be restored, and it's pretty much all about how the people want it to be. Because I could talk all day about how I want it to be, but we have a lot of talented people here. We have a lot of brilliance and brightness, but
Yes.
I feel like when it comes to a black person, the only notoriety that gets mentioned is the crime, and it's the gangs, it's
Yeah.
the shootings. So I feel that the media, as far as like the newspapers and the M Live, perpetuate bad things, and it's not even like that, because I have been on the most scariest blocks at night, and nothing ever happened to me. I've been like, I lived on every side of town here. I originally from the east side of Saginaw, but when I was 2, I lived on the south side for 17 years. And I left the south side, went back on Fulton Street. I left there. I went to BV. I left BV. I went to the north side, Needham and Bismarck. So I lived on every side of town. Now I reside on the west side, but I never really been scared to um, walk the streets or be on a particular neighborhood. Now certain people be like, "Oh, where you from?" and all this other stuff. I never been scared of my community. I never been scared of my people, because if anything, um, we should all be able to roam and be able to love each other. Everything don't have to be a plot or a suspicion. It can just be love. And that's why I
Right.
know a lot of people, and that's why a lot of people, know me from the old school, because I went to school with some of these dudes. So I never been afraid of my own community, and I think that us as the civilians, we um, we subjugate what the media says, and the media, those people who writing those stories don't live where we live.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yep.
It just makes me mad. Like, how could you tell me about crime or what happened here when you're not from around here? And then
Right.
when I'm trying to progress, and when I'm trying to strive, um, I get profiled. I get
Hmm.
looked. If I, what I'm saying, in a township, I'm not supposed to be there. That sounds like slavery to me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then,
So just kind of pick up from that, because we as a people, we have our own set of responsibilities. I feel that we don't really talk about too much to get us where we need to get. You know what I'm saying? Like we know that, the outside races or whatnot, like we know we oppressed. Like we've been oppressed since day one. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we're to the point where we have obligations.
mhm.
We have things that we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Just as a people, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? To get to where we need to get to. And it ain't gonna happen tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But Me and you even talked about, we know marching ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, not to step on no toes and make nobody mad. We know prayer ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? We know certain things not gonna get us where we need to get to. So, like, in your opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to get too deep into it, but just in your opinion, what do you feel like us as a people? What do we need to do to elevate us? I ain't talking about America. You know what I'm saying? Because America's elevating themselves as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about us as a people. What do you feel collectively that we can do, or we should be doing, just in your opinion, as a people, to just get us where we need to be?
Well, first, we need to go back to thinking for ourselves. And all the shit that happens behind closed doors, we need to stop sweeping that shit under the rug.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And also, we need to get back into being spiritual. I'm not saying that, like as you say as a whole, but I mean, there's people that believe in God and don't believe in themselves.
Yeah,
That's a
you right.
that's an oxymoron. How can you believe in God but you don't believe in yourself? You are a child of God. You are a vessel. You are made in His image. So how you don't believe in yourself, but you believe in God? And to me, that's just hypocritical. And
Mm,
and also it's just that we forgive way too much as a people.
yeah. Yes, we do.
And because to me, um, I had never really heard, like, when white people gets interviewed or get asked, do you forgive that? I ain't gonna say African American because that's a false
Right.
classification. But do you forgive that indigenous man for killing or raping your daughter or killing your son? And they say no, and everything fine. But let one of us gets killed by a cop, get killed by a race soldier, or get killed by a terrorist. The first thing we do, I forgive you.
Right.
And
Yeah. But do you think it's, like I said, not to step on any toes, like we follow a lot of people follow a faith that will tell you to forgive, though. You know what I'm saying? The same faith that tell you to believe and that tell you all the things that you said previously is the same religion that will tell us to forgive. And like, I feel like I be telling people all the time, like, forgiveness is for you. And I feel like that's what people got wrong. Like, anytime, I know for me personally, or even just for people that I know personally, like, when they forgive somebody, it's a weight lifted off of their shoulders. It's a weight lifted off of their chest. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people don't understand that forgiveness ain't for the other person, because you could forget the other person. They still don't feel bad about what they did too. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you let it go, the fact that you forgive them for something they don't even feel bad about, you know what I'm saying, goes a long ways. However, when we talking about the state of racial equality, is kind of our Achilles heel. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, like, we'll forgive somebody that kill us just as quick as we'll forgive somebody that lied to us. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like personally, and I know some people probably gonna give some backlash to this. Personally, I feel like in some degree it make us look weak. You know what I'm saying? It makes us look weak. Like, somebody I follow on Facebook, her name is Maya, and she is the bomb. She always be talking the truth. She said that when we out there protesting and picketing and doing things that we've done, our parents done, our grandparents done, our great grandparents done, they go, you know what I'm saying? Like, we when we do the things that has been done before, it looked like we begging somebody to like us. It's like we begging somebody to accept us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of feeling her on that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, we are all we got. You know what I'm saying? And to them, we are the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? But we really not. But we still out there picketing. We still out there protesting. We still out there doing doing all that we can to say, hey, we are cool people. But what she was saying, like, who gives a fuck, nigga? We know who we are. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my question is, with that same religion that we use to forgive and to build, so to speak, how can we use that as an instrument when we forgiving the same people that's hurting us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's a catch-22, you know, with the whole religious thing. Like, I tell people, I grew up in church. When I say I grew up in church, I went to church all through the week. I was on the usher board. I had them ugly white. I had the ugly white uniform with the ugly white socks. I had all that. You know what I'm saying? I was on the youth choir. I was on the regular choir. When they had 3-4 services on Sundays, I was there and all of that. But just to be an adult to say, wait a minute. And it's not to say that I question God, but, you know, I kind of like, when you experience life, that Bible look different, you know. And I know some people gonna be mad, but once you experience life, that Bible look way different. You know what I'm saying? So to you, in regards to, like, you saying, like, we're quick to forgive, how do we teach us to be strong? You know what I'm saying? But still let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's a thin line.
Yeah, I would say, you know, because God is the representation of love, but he also the representation of wrath. You know, God destroys cities. God, you know, like, vanquish people and exile people. You know, that's the thing that people forget to mention, you know, about God. God is just like any parent. You know, any parent will love you unconditionally, except if they're narcissists. But they would have a forever love or forever bond to you. But if you know, break any of his laws, or if you disobey him, he makes you feel it. And certain people forget that. And with Nat Turner slave rebellion, he was able to convey the Bible to his rebellion by asking God for a sign. And God sent the eclipse, not just once, but twice in that same year. He sent the eclipse. The first one was the warning, and the second one was the confirmation. And he was the pastor. You know, they only taught him little passages, to the point that he was used as a manipulator, because they needed somebody to help with this, to get the slaves to obey and work. So they only let him read certain things in the Bible for him to brainwash the slaves in order to be good workers and this and that. So once he started to look into the Bible himself and started to read certain things that he was, like, forbidden, it all made sense to him. So that's when he gathered up like 50 or 80 men and slaughtered, you know, a whole bunch of people in that county. But they never give us credit. They only, you know, document 57 whites and everything like that. But it was more than that. You know, they never want to give us credit. But this man was only 20. Well, he was 29 years old when he first had that eclipse. He was 30 when he did the rebellion. He was 31 when they executed him. So we need to stop discriminating the youth. And just because somebody's young doesn't mean that they don't have a purpose. I'm
Yeah.
young, and I always get shunned because I'm young. And me, I have more common sense than these 40 and 50-year-old motherfuckers. Like, it's certain motherfuckers like that's older than me. That's supposed to be teaching me the game. They don't know shit. It's like they brain dead or something. Like they didn't pay attention to nothing. So that's what we need to start doing. We need to start encouraging these kids, these the younger generation that's coming up, because they
And
coming
you
up.
right. And you right, because I was watching somebody's Facebook, and she made a good point just about like this Gen Z generation or whatever, the young generation. Like they created the cancel culture, like canceling somebody out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she made a good point. She was like, what's more hurtful or detrimental to somebody than canceling them? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, look, if we as a culture, as a people, as a community, or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying, if we canceling somebody, we messing with your money. You know what I'm saying? We messing with the money that you leaving to your kids. We messing, you know what I'm saying? We kind of hitting you where it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I agree. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need to encourage our young generation just to be even more more vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, when all this stuff was happening, is happening with, us being killed by police and stuff like that. Them young people out there like, look, we ain't playing no games. They out there. You know what I'm saying? Let a celebrity or somebody say something wrong. You know who's saying we ain't messing with them no more? This young generation.
Mm-hmm.
They the cancel kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't give no fucks. You know what I'm saying? But they aren't supposed to. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud them, for that, because they know, like I said, look, the Martian ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? The picnics ain't getting it. Everything we was doing ain't getting it. But they like, look, what we gonna do? We gonna hit them where it hurt. We gonna hit them with these pockets. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely understand what you're saying, and I gotta give it up to the younger generation. They starting to step up. You know what I'm saying? And do what they have to do. And it's crazy. It's funny because that's actually my next question. Because I know that you have nieces and nephews, and knowing what they see in the world today. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that really ain't much change. You know what I'm saying? Like we still dealing with the same stuff that we ain't dealing with everything our grandparents dealt with. We ain't dealing with everything our parents dealt with. But I bet you when our grandparents was marching, our parents was marching, they was like, oh, when our kids get our age, they ain't gonna have to deal with this. That's why we doing this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's their mentality. We marching so our kids don't have to deal with this. And here we are in 2021, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the same thing they dealt with, but just in a different manner, just in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So just knowing that everything that our kids, and like in your case, your nieces and nephew is saying, you know what I'm saying? Because even no matter how young they are, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna know your history. What is your hopes for them? Like what moves do you want them to make? You know what I'm saying? To kind of make a difference, not even just for the culture, not just to, because a lot of the times we put our whole race on our back. You know what I'm saying? Not understanding that as an individual, shit, we got to get it right. You know what I'm saying? What do you hope for your nieces and your nephew, and just a future generation to take from all this stuff and it's negative, all this negativity? What do you hope that they take from it to move forward?
Well, first they got to realize that they still in Jim Crow, and nothing changed. I think when they finally integrated us into their neighborhoods and to their schools and to their jobs, nothing changed. They allow us to join, and a lot of people don't understand what I mean by Jim Crow. You know, them white only signs, some color only signs, they haven't been taken down. They may have been taken down physically, but intellectually, they still up.
Yeah.
And you are still a nigga to them. no matter who you are, how much money you got, what block you're at, what kind of car you drive, you're still a nigga. And I want them to understand it's not what you are, it's what you respond to. Now, Dr. King, the thing about Dr. King is everybody, resembles him for the I Have a Dream speech. But they don't understand that Dr. King, 2 years before his assassination, when he was bringing people together to start a poor people's campaign, he had black people, he had white people, he had Native Americans, Hispanics, Asians, Indian or Hindu, and he had Islamic people. He was bringing people together. And when you do that, they really take you out. Just like they took out Fred Hampton because he was getting too powerful. And I just said to myself, like, after seeing that Judas and the Black Messiah movie,
which was great, by the way, people.
Yeah. Just knowing this man was 21 years old and was able to just have this confidence that's spellbinding. And just watching his old interviews, his speeches and stuff like that, it really inspired me to, put myself on the line and put myself in a sense of, okay, somebody got to really do it, because everybody wasn't like outside getting their brains beat in. Everybody wasn't at Bloody Sunday. Everybody wasn't marching. I play my position because I feel like, what I do is activism and it's humanitarian work.
Right.
And I may not get my flowers now, but someday I will. Even if I have to die, I still go. That's when people gonna finally really see my vision if I'm no longer here. And I'm willing to go through that, because one thing about me is when I saw the person that I admired, the person that I wanted to emulate, the person that meant a lot to me, once I saw that he was a human being, that he got tired, like life and the world pushed him to the point that he didn't want to be here no more, and he took his destiny into his own hands, I haven't been afraid to die since, because I've seen death. Because me and him had the same face. When I saw his face in that casket, it was like I was watching me. So I already know what it's going to look like for me. But I just want to make sure that I leave a impact and make a difference while I'm here. And I have so much footage that I'm not going to be forgotten.
I know that's right. So I'm since we are on Facebook and you're on every social media platform like I am, we're gonna do our shameless plugs later, people. How do you feel about social media? I mean, just as a community, I'm gonna start with the community. So I'm gonna touch on 3 things. How do you feel about social media in the Black community? How do you feel about social media with Black men? And how do you feel about social media with Black women?
Ooh.
And don't hold us up. You know what I'm saying? Tell us.
By time, I get to talk my shit.
As a whole, your opinion on social media with Black people.
And it's funny because like people just always thought that like I just became this overnight or this dollar wheel because of social media. I was dollar wheel before social media. My homeboy, my Puerto Rican homeboy, named me Dollar Wheel back in Job Corps because I was hustling in Job Corps. I was selling cigarettes, soap, snacks, laundry soap. I was a hustler, because ain't no way I was making $25 every 2 weeks. So I was a hustler. Shit. But he named me that. A lot of people think I took it from Players Club, but I had that name for almost 10 years now. But I just became who I am because of the journey that I have to embark on, because most people like to use social media for the wrong reasons. They like to use social media for clout. They like to use social media to be something that they weren't in high school because they was lame as fuck. They had no hoes, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, because I've been on Facebook since 2006 when nobody really knew about it, really wasn't popping off. I still have my first Facebook friend on my friends list to this day. But I feel like social media really has woken a lot of people up as far as the white supremacy, the injustices, the poverty, the crime, broken families, mental health, um, domestic violence. Like we see a lot of different aspects and avenues with this social media stuff. I just think that it should be used responsibly. Because I used to be like that. I used to be funny, this and that. But I was just expressing myself. But it just,
Right.
people so quick to tell you like, oh, you shouldn't talk like this, or you shouldn't
Yeah.
use that vernacular or that dialogue. I'm just expressing myself like, they're like, your mother wouldn't like you talking like that. I'm like, where you think I heard the word from? Like, my mom, her favorite cuss word was motherfucker. So I heard that word all my life, as a kid, all the way to now. She still say it. But it's just people be so quick to, throw stones and hide their hand.
Right. Yeah,
Whether
you right.
taking time out to get to know somebody. But like, okay, this person, because I look at my old stories or my memories or whatever, and I was so angry, and I didn't like that. It make me disgusting now because I was just so angry. I was just taking my anger out on just venting because I was going through so much at the time. But now that I'm healed, not all the way, but I'm healed, I'm
Mm-hmm.
seeing in what I used to be, and I would do anything not to go back to that person that I was. But instead of, taking time out and being compassionate and really caring about people, because it was people that I didn't even know or never seen before, reached out to me, was like, wow, man, you okay, man? Because you just sound so angry and this and that. And I was like, yeah, saw my mom bury her child.
Right. Like I'm going to be this way.
Yeah, so now just I use it for upliftment, and just making sure that I redeem myself from all the time I wasted.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Right
So
on.
I'm I told you I wasn't gonna make it easy for you. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want people. The whole point of this interview is for people to get to know you. Especially the people that tune in and shoot, even your guests. If they don't know these things about you, they need to know. When Biggie said, "If you don't know, now you know."
Facts.
Nigga saying
Facts.
Papa John. I was like, that's how we do. So, speaking about social media,
Hmm.
all of the craziness and all of the wild shit that we see on social media, we about to play a game. Dun dun dun. I'm gonna throw a name out there. I'm gonna throw a topic out there, and I want to know your opinion on the topic or the name. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Now I wrote down a couple, you know what I'm saying, but I'm most definitely gonna throw a few in there. And if you watching this, if y'all got a topic, go ahead and put it down in the comments, and I'm gonna throw it out there to them too. You know what I'm saying? We have to be serious, of course, to get to know people in the interviews, but we gonna have fun to get to know them too. You know what I'm saying? So this first topic is something we've been dealing with for the last year, plus actually over a year now.
Hmm.
The coronavirus. How? Well, yo. Real quick, these gonna be some quick ones. The corona vaccine, the COVID vaccine. Your thoughts?
Mm. Well, to inform y'all, um, I had to get vaccinated twice on my job because otherwise I've been homeless. But it wasn't why I took the vaccine. I lost my oldest cousin back in November from the coronavirus, and he lived in Italy. He wasn't in the United States or anything, but it's just when I like heard about his passing, and I was just talking to this dude like a month before, and we made plans about, saying kicking it when he came back for the summer. And he was healthy. He was strong. Nothing was wrong with him. And for him to die from that, because I was one of those people that didn't think it existed. I thought it was a hoax. I thought it was propaganda, fear mongering. But when I saw that he died, I was like, whoa, this is real. And it's also unfortunate of all the people that died too, but it just pretty much wakes you up when somebody that you love dies from it. And I'm not telling people to get it. I'm not telling people don't get it. But I'm saying really take a look at yourself and really, wonder like, do I need to get it? You know what I'm saying? Think for yourself.
Okay, and I get it. And I respect that. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it, people. You know what I'm saying? And I second that. All right, next topic I'm finna throw out there is the George Floyd trial. And so y'all know it's been a lot of controversy on both sides. You know what I'm saying? I've noticed it's been a lot of emotionally drawn testimonies from like the witnesses and whatnot. Your thoughts so far as of where the George Floyd trial stands right now and how each side is doing what they do. Your thoughts?
Shit, it's just a modern day Emmett Till trial.
Mm.
And we gotta understand, not just white people, but we gotta understand the system as far as like their track record. Every time when it's something like this high profile, what happened every time?
Every fucking time.
Every fucking time. Because what people
we end up disappointed every time. Put it like that. That's what I'm gonna say.
Because what people don't remember when Rodney King was having his trial, they even have it in LA County. They had it in another county, like a suburb away from that. But the uproar happened in South Central, but the trial wasn't even in that county. So we have to keep in mind that history will always repeat itself if we don't know our place or where we stand with their rules. Because I tell people all the time, this is our country too. We fought in every war. We fought in every war that this country has partaken in. We are more patriotic than they are. We are more heroic. We are more volunteering. We always signed up because either you go to jail or you go to the military, or you go to the military, but you get a college education. But when you come out, we're going to kill you. That's what happened in Red Summer of 1919. They was killing U.S. military people when they came home from fighting in World War I. They was killing people. Especially, they hated to see a colored person in a army uniform. You was pretty much considered a problem because when they come back, they're like, oh, you coming back uppity and everything like that. So we gotta teach you a lesson. You still a nigga, even though you fought for my freedom and shit.
Yeah.
So
And not care.
no,
as
it,
history keep repeating in itself, they do not care.
it,
So my next,
oh,
go ahead.
but I was gonna say something,
Go
and
ahead.
this is really important. Um, the Nipsey thing, right? Um, how come when Nipsey got killed, they went back and killed the murderer, the shooters, peoples, but when they come after us, we give them a pass, and it's always been like that. And
Every
I always loved, one thing about this racist shit. One thing I always love about what they did was they came and got you. They didn't give a fuck if you was asleep. They didn't give a fuck if you was like, what I'm saying, making grits. If you was accused of something or if you did something that they didn't like, they came to your spot and got you.
yeah, yeah,
And so bold about it, they let you in front of your fucking house. So how
yeah.
come we don't have that? We never had that energy. I'm not saying to do it, but I'm saying that you can't deny that. You can't take that and just be like, dang, that's bad, but you gotta like, really sit back and think about it. Because I think about shit like that all the time. Like we always turned the other cheek. We've been turning the other cheek for over 60 fucking years,
Do.
and nothing has
I mean, I think
changed.
that's really all we do at the end of the day,
But we so quick to kill
right?
each other. Each other.
That.
Like I done had more black people attack me for my show, for my vision, for my name than white people. When I told a white man about what I was planning on doing, and he a rich doctor, he was so scared to make a donation or to join into the cause because he didn't want to be seen as controversial or whatever. So, but he was just like, I will, you know, um, you know, send you a cash app, but I don't want to really, because I gotta live where I live, and that's the thing. Like,
He didn't want to rock the boat.
no, because I understand that, and I respect that. Then my own people telling me like, oh, you ain't gonna make it, and oh, your little show and this and that. I'm like, bitch, like where your LLC at, bitch? Like, what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Like, I'm a businessman. You know what I'm saying? I have done something that nobody in my family did since my grandfather. Of
That's
he been dead for 20 years, but he was one of the first people to own his own business, and I, what I'm saying, came up and have risen and rise to the occasion. So.
oh, that's right. I know that's right. Hey, so this next one might it's not as serious, but shit, it kind of is. You know what I'm saying? Just as us trying to get our relationship situations together. I'm gonna throw a name out there. So you gonna tell me? Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Jackson.
Man, where do I start? Oh,
I thought it'd be easy now.
okay. Okay. Well, um, I was really,
You're
I ain't gonna lie. I was one of the people that was so ecstatic when he got caught because how can you give anybody advice when you're got skeletons? No, you got a graveyard in your motherfucking closet. Like,
okay.
cause me, I never cheated on any woman that I ever been with. I never, um,
In the comments, I'm just playing.
but I'm saying
It
I'm
ain't nobody in the
single and
comments.
there's no rules. There's no rules when you're single. But whenever I was in a serious relationship, I never cheated. They always cheated on me or they left me. But if anything, I have always um tried to be a good boyfriend. I was a simp at once upon a time ago. I was just like, just like the same thing with Tupac said, like, you know, you too nice. And I was too nice. So I was just
Right.
like, damn, like, because I was raised with women. So it was like my mama telling me, like, you treat her like a queen. You never put your hands on no girl and this and that. You never,
Mhm.
disrespect her and this and that. She's the alpha and the omega. She's the god and this and that. So when I got older, I was beginning to realize that, the thug niggas and the drug dealers and the athletes and the, rappers and this and that, they get all the girls and shit. And then I will always be last. But then I was just like, maybe I need to start acting like them a little bit, because a lot of it was hurt, was just like, man, I'm tired of this. What do I do? Because I'm a good dude. So it was just like, what's going on? So last year, I'm gonna be personal a little bit. So last year, I was in my first abusive relationship where I got punched in my face for the first time by a woman. And I was shocked, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, damn, like, what just happened? And she almost broke my nose. Like, my nose was like this, and I had to go to
Yeah.
the hospital and get it snapped back into place. But I had never felt so low. I felt like at that time, like nobody else would want me. I felt like, well, she's here, my family not here, because at the time my mom and dad was separated, and that caused a wedge into the family because I refused to choose sides and shit. So she was the only one that was coming around. So at the time, I was vulnerable. I was hurt. I was going through my shit. Then that just, was the ice on the cake. But I just allowed her to do it, and it wasn't that I wasn't like, because I'm a strong ass nigga. Like, I could defend myself. But once somebody get into your mind, they can get into your body and your soul.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so, she,
Absolutely.
so she got into my mind, and it took for me to, love myself and to look in the mirror and say I was good enough, and nothing's wrong with me. You're perfect the way you are, and you're strong. You've been through a lot. You lost a sibling. You lost your dad. You lost your grandmothers. You lost your friends. People turned their back on you, but you're still standing. You're still here. So who the fuck is her? Like, so
Right.
so what I was telling you about, months ago, she slept with my best friend,
I remember that.
and I tell you
That's
that.
what that is.
So when I tell you that, you know, um, that made me realize, like, there was no point of no return, because it's a lot of people that's willing to put up with abuse and put up with um, bullshit, so they won't be alone.
Yeah.
And that was the first time.
Jordan.
So that was like the first time I became a man. I became an alpha, and told
I know that.
and told that whole, like, look, you getting the fuck out my shit and never call me again. Fuck you, all this other shit, But I felt so good because I had never done that, because
Right.
I was really passive. Um, at my point in time, like, I was willing to go through hell because I thought it would allow me to get to heaven. Because I realized everybody's not perfect. We all got, issues and flaws and this and that. But I wasn't familiar with narcissism until I started to deal with her. So that made me do some research, and it was just so spot on. And the worst thing ever is to discover that you were just something to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. 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 That's the worst feeling.
Even though I got mine, but it
Could have
was
been doing it. I could have been doing it else too, goddamn it. I'm just playing.
mm,
Speaking, it's crazy that you mentioned heaven and hell, because my next person or topic is Little Nas X, and I tell y'all people, I can't even script this. Like, when he said heaven and hell, I was like, that's my segue. You know what I'm saying? So Lil Nas X got the video. Have you watched the video? Let me ask you that.
My blackness won't allow me to watch that video.
Oh man, I got so many questions. If you had watched the video,
No, I can't.
I would have had so many more questions.
No, it's just
on the surface, then, from what you know about it, because just to give you a little glimpse, the whole point of his video is very controversial. It's because a lot of people say, gay people going to hell, or tell people gay people to go to hell. And the whole concept is that's exactly what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what the fuck he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, he slid down a stripper pole to hell and gave the devil a lap dance. You know what I'm saying? Don't get no more extravagant than that. You know what I'm saying? So, in your opinion, from what you do know, and I wish you would have watched the video. I wish I would have told you, like, by the way, people, these questions I'm asking him and these answers, I ain't sent him the questions beforehand to let him know what I was asking him.
nope.
All of this is off the whim. So now I'm wishing I would have said, hey, I'm going to ask you about Lil Nas X, because I really wish you would watch the video. Because, like, bro, that shit is, like, bananas. I told my nephew, I said, I don't give a fuck if you gay, straight, sane or crazy, nigga. I ain't fucking with the devil. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, that satanic stuff, y'all can leave me alone on that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what point you trying to prove. If it got anything to do with anything satanic, bro, I don't even want to hear it, bro. You done lost me right there. You know what I'm saying? But in your opinion, from the things that you've seen, like, how do you feel about his way about going about it? Because his Reeboks, the Nikes, they sold out. He got some Satan Nikes, you know what I'm saying? And I hate that they Satan Nikes, because they cold as hell, and they wasn't Satan Nikes, they'd be all right. I can't even like them. You know what I'm saying? You don't put Satan on that shit. But how do you feel about the way he going about it? I mean, shit is wild, bro.
I just think it's just he's not. It's not him. I think it's the label. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think it's him.
You do know. I know. This might be before your time, and a lot of people probably do. I don't know if the people do or do not know. Bob Dylan was one of them artists, like one of the biggest artists in history. Even if you don't listen to that type of music, Bob Dylan is freaking huge. And he even himself talked about just the satanic hole in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying about the whole label, but continue.
Yeah, it's all dark entities, we don't know about in every every outlet, like anything that you could think of, sports, music, NASCAR, law, they all take an oath. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't really, don't try to get into it because they look at it as entertainment. But he has nothing else besides that old town road. He has nothing else. So this is just his publicity stunt for him to sell records, to stay relevant and to stay in the game, because he's washed up. Like, he released 2 other songs after that Old Town Road, because they played that shit out for 8 months straight, So he tried to come out with another single. That flopped. He didn't get no streams after that. So what else sells? Controversy.
Yeah, you're right.
And I just tell people, like, you really have to think from a bigger scope sometimes. Like, you gotta understand, like, okay, he's being told to do this, and as a part of him, like, even though he's young, but it's like he can't go back to who he was. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be infamous, but you can't be unfamous, but you can be infamous.
Yeah.
So
yeah, heard that before. You're right.
But I look at it like, you're gonna have to be held accountable for that when you meet God.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. I can feel it. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. And that was well said. Well said. Now we almost to the close of our interview, and we're gonna do some flash questions real quick. No explanation needed. This is called this or that, people. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you two things. You gotta choose one of the two things. No explanations. So think wisely. You know what I'm saying? I judge you. So you can't be like, oh, I choose this because of that. I choose this because of that. It don't even matter, bro. That's what you choose. And I was gonna get a little risque with it, but I said I ain't gonna do you like that. So we finna start off. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fame or money?
They both evil.
But you gotta pick one. Fame or money?
Money.
Okay. Phone call or text?
Phone.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Okay. Amusement park or beach?
Beach.
Okay. Money or free time?
Free time.
Okay. Honesty or people feelings?
Honesty.
Okay. Alcohol or gas?
Alcohol.
Okay. Big booty Judy or Tig old bitties?
Shit. Are you the devil? Oh my God. Yeah. Okay, come back to that. I'm still okay.
Okay. Life of the party or sit back and chill?
Life of the party.
Okay. Oprah or Whoopi? We talking about the buns, bro. We ain't talking about just being cool with the nigga. We ain't talking about the buns. Oprah or Whoopi?
Whoopi. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta ask why on that one. Honestly, no matter who you picked, I was gonna ask why. Like, why Whoopi over Oprah? I love it.
Well, because Oprah, I don't know, Oprah just seemed cutthroat, but you can learn a lot from Whoopi. Like Whoopi is like it's like your grandmother. Like she has so much wisdom. Not saying that Oprah don't, but Oprah just seemed like just two-faced to me, and I will not be able to match with that
Actually,
person.
I understand that. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go back to the last question that I've already asked. You told me to come back to. Big booty Judy or Tig old bitties?
All right, I take the tickle bitties. I take that.
Okay. That's new.
Yeah, I take that. I'm a sucker
All right,
for them.
so that was perfect timing. Just coming back into my next question. So the people want to know what's your relationship status? Dollar Will, you single? You it's complicated, or you're chilling? You're doing you right now, ladies? I know y'all want to know what's going on with you right now. Can they slide in your DM?
Oh.
And if they slide in your DM, do they need to know that this ain't that?
Well, I'm testing the waters right now, but I do go on dates, and right now I'm just looking for a friend. You know, I can't predict the future, but you know, I'm down for whatever. But you know, just saying.
Okay. So just to piggyback off of that, what's your number two turn offs from a female that dating a female? Number two turn offs.
She never have her kids. That's number two. really
Was number one.
number one, but you said number two. But the number.
Give me two of them. Give me two of them.
Okay, number one, she never have her kids, and two, her microwave dirty. So
I can dig it. I can dig
I
it.
tell you everything you need
Okay.
to know, fellas. I'm giving y'all free game. If that microwave clean, she clean. If that microwave dirty, she dirty. So leave.
Hey, I ain't bad at it. So what are your two requirements in dating somebody?
I mean, just know when to, be there and respect my my free time. Because
Okay.
I always explain to women, like whenever I meet them, when I ghost you, it's not you, it's because I'm reflecting and I need to recharge. So, because a lot of people be clingy, but if somebody doesn't respect your boundaries, then they don't respect you.
Yeah, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. And well said. Well said. Okay. I'm glad you ain't say she got her lashes and nails done.
Nah.
Because
Nah.
niggas will say that. All right, but we finna wrap this up, y'all, real quick. And everybody that's been here, man, and just the people that's been tuning in, go back and watch from the beginning. This is an awesome interview. We had fun. But just to wrap it up, I just want to know, what are some of your future plans, with the 1804 show, and just other things outside of that? Like what do you have in the making that you can discuss right now, or that you're willing to discuss right now?
Well, I'm just like with this, I'm thinking animation, cartoons and comic book, really taking this into the next level, want to have my own production company, just really want to get into the YouTube thing, like really rapidly, and just also just the mixtape finna drop in June. Make
Yes.
sure y'all cop that, and we shooting music videos for that. I got the best artists in the city. I got artists in Detroit. I got artists in the A. It's just about to be nothing but black love and black support,
I'm not.
but in a positive setting, and it's just all about coming together, and everybody who been like supporting me and showing me love. I couldn't get to where I'm at without you guys. It's the viewers, and I'm just trying to make sure that the viewers are entertained, that they fed, that they're comfortable, because I've always been a good host. Even when you come over my house, it's always a bottle, it's always a blunt, it's always this, it's always food, Wi-Fi, so music, I just a good host. So that's just the plan. And then just also, just continuing on what I'm doing. Just every episode, it's just therapeutic for me. It's therapy. And I just was happy that you came on here and to, allow everyone to see me in a different light.
Yeah, and that's what it's absolutely all about. This is what this interview is about, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I was like, people need to know you. Somebody. You like, you want to do it? Yeah, you already know. You gotta ask me twice, Fed. I'm on it. Well, if y'all just tuning in, please start from the beginning. Watch this interview. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the show, you want to know about the host, if you don't know him personally, or shoot, if somebody recommended the show to you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all like start from the beginning, get to know who y'all seeing, and it kind of will make sense who he's interviewing. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that you interview have substance. You have substance. You know what I'm saying? And people need to know that. You know what I'm saying? And it was a pleasure and an honor today to do this interview. Like I bullshit you not. Like we had our technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? starting off. But when I was with my people earlier, and I was like, look, I got this interview. I got like, look, I'm excited. You seen I put it on Instagram. I'm like, look, y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in what you doing, like not just this show, but just anything that you do. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you much success, not only with the show, but just with anything that you touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just pray that God give you the Midas touch. You know what I'm saying? And you got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got it. And you already off to the right path and to the right start. And man, the sky is the limit. And like I told you so many times before, and then people, y'all don't know me and him relationship. Like, this my motherfucker, y'all. Like, excuse my language. He know I cuss. You know, he know I cuss. You know what I'm saying? This my nigga, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that's in my circle, I believe in them so much. You know what I'm saying? That even when they don't believe in themselves, I'm like, look, bro, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just told my niece the other day, like, I told her I was disappointed in her because she wasn't thinking bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of people that you need in your circle. You know what I'm saying? So doing this and interviewing you, man, like I'm proud. I'm glad that you asked me to do it, man. This shit was the bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say to you, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Appreciate that, big sis. Appreciate that. And
No problem. No problem. And this is the 1804 show. I'm Crystal Denise. You can follow me on Facebook. I do have a plug page because I don't put public shit, I don't put private shit on my page. You know what I'm saying? And if you're sensitive, you might not want to follow me. You know what I'm saying? He know. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I surprised my mama.
it goes down. It goes down.
But follow me. Send me a request on Facebook, Crystal Denise. IG Pretty Petty 808. You know what I'm saying? I got an IG, but I'm old, so I don't even know the name of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But just follow me on them too. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna find our way together like we always do, people. And Dollar Will, man, I'm just thank you. Let me say thank you, you know, just for giving me this opportunity for being on. I'm on your show. Even though I'm the guest host, I'm on your show. And thank you. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, like, we gotta have to do a part 2 to this.
We definitely gotta do a part 2. Our part 2 is we're gonna start with the bottle, we're gonna crack the bottle, and then we just gonna let the show flow.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. But thank you, sis,
All right,
and you have
y'all.
yourself a wonderful night.
Y'all have a good night. I'm clocking out from Texas. We about to get turned up. If y'all my Facebook friends, y'all know I'm about to post some pictures, and it's about to go down. Love you, Will. I will talk to you in the morning.
All right, love you too. Peace.
All right.